Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of our Road to the GOAT series. 3 more wins remaining in the Hall of Fame League. Let's see if we could get another one in this video today. So of course we are going back with Oklahoma City Thunder 2011 to 2012. But look at my opponent gamer tag right quick. This gamer tag is I hate losing. So I kind of had a feeling that this guy was pretty good, and we'll see how it goes throughout the rest of this video. And my opponent, he has the current Los Angeles Lakers. So this should be a good matchup or interesting one, but I'm fully confident that I could win this game. So beginning of the game, we're down 2-0. He gets an outlet pass to KCP for an easy layup, and that's something that my opponent did a lot in this game. And this was a unique type of opponent I went up against in this matchup. Look at the defense he's playing, and if you watch his defense for multiple clips, and we got off to a bad start. I also want to mention that James Harden was like 0 for 3 from the three-point line in the first quarter. We was getting left wide open, but we weren't hitting any type of shots, and it's credited to my opponent defense. And I want to talk about his defense because it was something unique I haven't seen before. It was a bit of a play, well, not playing online. It was a bit of a pro-am / rec type of defense. You know, if you ever played rec or pro-am and you come up against like a competitive pro-am team, or like one of those, a group of 5 rec guys who are trying really hard, they'll bust out this zone defense where it's very aggressive and it's a lot of reaching, and it'll leave guys open and bait you into bad passes. But this is something I've seen a lot during pro-am and rec, so I'm kind of used to it. But the only difference is that I can't control everybody on a rec team, but in playing online, you damn right I can control everybody, and I can put them in the right position to try and beat this zone to the best of my ability. But the things that I'm saying right now, it's not really holding up true. We're down by 5 points, or excuse me, 6 points, sorry. The score is 11-5, and look at his defense. He's just waiting for me to make the predictable pass so he could come over and get the steal. But then on that possession there, we're patient and we hit the wide open 3 with James Harden, who is now like 1 for 4 in the first quarter. But you know, you get off to some bad starts at the beginning of the game, and it doesn't really matter what happens in the first quarter. It only really matters what you do in the fourth quarter and who has the lead at the end of the game, and it's all about making adjustments and stuff. So you can see I'm shooting 3 for 7, 43%. My opponent is shooting 86%, I believe, and he's looking pretty good. His defense is looking pretty good. Caught me off guard playing online defense. This is something I've never seen before in playing online, but I've seen it in rec, and I know I need to be real patient and take advantage of the mismatches I ever come across, if there are any mismatches. To talk about my opponent offense, it wasn't anything too special. Again, he didn't run like any type of crazy plays. It's just really getting to the rim with LeBron and then kicking out to whichever guy was open. And man, when I tell you this guy could shoot, this was another guy who could shoot the ball pretty well. So the games are getting a lot more harder now, and it's becoming a bit of a challenge to win. But nonetheless, we haven't seen anything new before that'll like really blow us out. So the score 16-16. We're making a bit of a comeback. I'm trying to play the best defense that I can, and bad matchup here. LeBron just gonna try and take advantage of that. He kicks it back out to AD. Shot clock winding down. LeBron trying to get his way to the rim. Tough shot. Finally, we play good defense, but Andre Drummond is back for the offensive board, and that's why I said he is such a good shooter, because he just hits a 3-pointer in James Harden face with Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and he takes a 3-point lead heading into the second quarter. So based off of that first quarter, I already know my opponent has won a lot of games, even though 2K doesn't tell you their record, and I wish they did. Just by how he played defense and how well he shot the ball in that first quarter, I can tell he's a pretty good 2K player, but he's coming up against me, and we'll see how he does, or we'll see how I do against him. So second quarter looks to be the same for him, grabbing offensive boards and putting it back up and in to hold on to his lead. And just look at his defense. It's a lot of reaching, a lot of zone, getting guys out of position, trying to bait me into very predictable passes. But we're just being really patient right now. And one thing about the 11-12 Oklahoma City Thunder, they make some pretty good passes. If I didn't have guys who can make good passes to at least make the right type of pass in certain situations, we would have a lot more turnovers than we did in this game. But right now we have a 3-point lead and we have the ball on offense, so this is a chance for us to extend our lead against this crazy defense. I thought I made that shot with Kendrick Perkins, but fortunately we did not, and we are gifted with the offensive rebound. So I see KCP guarding Kevin Durant. He's bringing help. We dump it down low to big Kendrick Perkins, and he is going to throw that one down for 2 points. So right now, I'm feeling pretty confident that I could try and pull away, but I make a stupid mistake here. I leave him wide open and with Kyle Kuzma in the corner of a court for a 3-pointer. The referees call a foul, and he makes his free throw attempt. On this possession here, we foul LeBron James. He gets the bucket, and my opponent now has a 1-point lead on his offensive possession. Once more, fade away with LeBron, and he's starting to pull away now. Even though it's only a 3-point lead, I could feel that he feels like he has the momentum in this game, and at this point it kind of feels like he wants to try and run away or like put a definite stamp on this lead right now. But we're back on offense. We're gonna take our time. We give the ball to Kevin Durant. We're running a play. Kevin Durant straight to the rim, getting the poster over KCP and calling him out as well. And now we were only down by 1 point, but the game is going back and forth. I'm scoring, he's scoring. His defense is not the best. And look at that crazy defense leading to an easy bucket for Serge Ibaka. I could see those passes from a mile away, and even though he could see it too, he's just not quick enough to get over there. So we're back on defense. I don't get back quick enough to stop LeBron James from driving, and he gets to the rim so easily with him. Still down by 2 points with less than a minute remaining in the first half. Kevin Durant trying to look for an option. We get it down low to Serge Ibaka, and when I tell you this guy is a clutch player for me, he is just so clutch. Whenever I need points from him, I can guarantee he's going to come through. LeBron James, tired, has the Gatorade symbol. He hits that wide open 3, and I don't know how we left LeBron James that wide open. So James Harden has the ball. I'm coming up court. I wanted to stop and pop, but I throw up the 3 anyway, and James Harden hits the 3. This was such a pivotal 3 for us because we ended up going into halftime tied. And to hit that shot with James Harden, with him leaning towards the sideline, it was pretty important, and it was a good shot. I was pretty impressed with that shot, and that one really did help push our confidence heading into the second half. So instead of being down by 3 or 6 points, we are tied coming into the third quarter, and he's gone back to that crazy defense. You know, you don't want to make the immediate pass, you want to make the right pass. Just be patient in what you do. React to what he's doing. Don't really need to rush or force the ball. And if you have a superstar in Kevin Durant, you just got to do things like this. Over 3 guys, he still gets it to go, and I was pretty confident when I was taking that shot. I'm like, KD is just way too low in the paint, and we have to make that shot. James Harden, now he's turning up now. In the first quarter, he was like 0 for 3 for threes, but now he's starting to hit his threes. We're getting green releases, and we have momentum coming out of the third quarter, or coming into the third quarter. Bad defense though by us. I couldn't get back fast enough, and he's trying to fight his way back and take the lead. And that's another thing he was doing on when we break the shot on offense. He would always have a guy like halfway down the court for an easy 2-point layup. James Harden, now he's coming back, so I know I can't miss my shots, and I have to start greening my shots. So James Harden, he's turning up right now. He's hit like 3 threes in this game, and it's pretty impressive. 47-39, but he comes right back with Andre Drummond, and he hits that tough shot, making the score 47-41. So we have the ball back on offense. Try not to get ourselves into a trap. Take our time. Russell Westbrook right over Andre Drummond hits that shot. Back on offense again. Westbrook with the ball straight to the rim. Poster over KCP again. And I've never seen this poster animation where Westbrook is just clapping. And because of that, I had to foul because I couldn't get out of that animation, and I didn't want my opponent to get an easy basket. Right now we have a 10-point lead, but not really too comfortable with it. I know if I have this victory secured, we would have to have a 20-point lead, and that's just not the case here in this third quarter. But we're playing pretty well. We have a nice little 8-point lead now, and we just have to continue with our game plan, just slowing the ball down on offense, trying to look for the right passes and protecting the ball as well, because he's doing a lot of reaching and I'm not trying to get myself into any type of trap situation. So shot clock winding down. Serge Ibaka misses the shot. We get the offensive rebound and we get 14 seconds back on the shot clock. James Harden left wide open again. Let's hit another three, baby. Tired James Harden hitting wide open threes. This is exactly what I need. LeBron James trying to force his way down low into the paint and he hits that shot. That was a pretty tough shot, man. And my opponent, he's back on defense and I'm back on offense. This is a back and forth game and Russell Westbrook steps up and hits another three for us. This is a guy who doesn't really hit a lot of threes, but I'm pretty confident in his jump shot, so I'm not really scared to shoot threes with him. Even though if he makes or misses, I'll live with it. So back on offense, he's still in that zone defense. He might need to get out of it. We have a good momentum here, and Russell Westbrook again scores a basket for us. Euro step layup. Third quarter winding down. I'm trying to stop LeBron James, and we do that successfully here. And that is going to be it for that third quarter. My opponent, I hate losing. Had to go into the menus and make some changes. So now we're in the fourth quarter. This game is getting intense. Even though we have a nice sizable lead, I know my opponent could turn things around quickly just like that. We still have a 10-point lead and I caught him lacking. James Harden in the corner over Anthony Davis. That shot kind of got me a little hype. To green that shot over AD closing out, building my confidence and saying we can win this game convincingly. But here comes LeBron right back to the rim, forcing his way into the paint and getting another layup to go. My opponent, he's starting to regain his momentum now. This game is still not over. He's down by 10 points and he's trying to force the issue with LeBron James once more. We're able to get the steal and Westbrook to the rim once more, getting the layup to go and the foul call. Tough layup by Russell Westbrook, and that's why I said in the last video I would take Westbrook over Kyrie just because of things like that. I don't know if Kyrie's gonna hit that layup, but in addition to both of them being excellent finishers at the rim, Westbrook could play a bit of defense. But my opponent, he's not giving up yet, and we have a game to try and finish. Back on offense once more. Kevin Durant, easy blow by for us, getting the two-handed dunk. My opponent might hate losing, but I love winning. So we're looking pretty good so far. He's out on the fast break, but LeBron James once more, and that's going to trim our lead down just a little bit. So about 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter, trying to wrap things up here, being patient. I don't want to force the issue too quickly, and then he gets an easy shot, so we're not going to try and rush anything here. We're going to call pick and roll. James Harden straight to the rim. Nice two-handed dunk. Don't have to do anything fancy. Just, finish the dunk off and we'll be all right. But he comes right back down the other end with LeBron James and throws it down. I don't know where LeBron James is finding all this stamina and energy from. LeBron James once more has his takeover and he's not really tired yet. And this game is still pretty close. Even though the time is winding down, still pretty close. Kevin Durant getting by Kyle Kuzma. That's just way too easy of a matchup for us not to take advantage of. And at this point in the game, it's a 10-point lead and it looks like his time has ran out. My opponent really can't do much with like 30 seconds left and we could just secure this victory. Although he made a valiant attempt at a comeback, it still wasn't enough and we end up getting the victory in this one. And this was an interesting match to play because, like I said, this was a defense I'd never seen before in Playing Out Online. Although I've seen it in Program and Rec, to see it used in Playing Out Online, it looks like it could be pretty effective against someone who doesn't really know what they're doing. But that gives us another win in the Tier 1 seeding. And look at James Harden, 6 out of 10 threes made. That was pretty impressive. I'm telling you, he had such a bad start in the first quarter. But after that, we just started turning up with everybody, and including James Harden as well. And they just hit all their shots. But we're 57-4 and only need 2 more victories. I will see you guys in the next video.